Yeah, hi, Miss Mims. How are you today?
I am fantastic. I am fantastic, girl. How are you?
I have had better days. Let's just say, I didn't think it would be this hard to get onto this damn podcast. I have had better days, but it's fine. Technology is fine. Everything is fine.
So I would like to start this episode before we get into this episode to tell our dear sweet listeners, dear listeners, go get vaccinated if it's available to you. My dear mother, Mother Mims, has contracted the COVID.
Lord Jesus, just saying it out loud makes me upset.
She works in a hospital environment. She thinks she got from a coworker who is unvaccinated.
Of course she did.
She luckily has had very few symptoms. It's been like a bad head cold. She is about 5 days after symptoms, and they're already starting to dissipate. She lost her taste for like a day, lost her smell for like a day. It's all coming back.
It's all coming back to me now.
There were moments of cold, there were flashes of light. There were things we'd never do again, but then they'd always seemed right.
There were nights of
endless pleasure. It was more than la. Nobody knows that line.
Baby, baby, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That was a moment, Andy.
But yes,
us and Celine Dion in the 90s. Woo, Lord.
So all that said, if she hadn't been vaccinated, things could be a lot worse right now because my mother's older. So get your asses and go get vaccinated.
Please do that. Please
do that. Please do that.
And if not, just stay home. Never leave the house. I'm just saying, if you're not going to do it,
that is an option. You know, just stay at home. Don't leave the house. Use Instacart to deliver everything. Use Grubhub and DoorDash.
So many podcasts. There's Netflix. There's Disney Plus. They'll be doing same day releases for a while still.
Oh, speaking of, I know you're working your way through Deep Space Nine, right? Still.
Sure.
Are you not doing that anymore?
I paused and worked my way through things for a while, so now I'm back on a Bob Burgers trip right now.
Girl, I don't know what is going on. There's some sort of feedback on your side, some sort of it sounds like something's rustling. Like
I have no idea.
When you turned left and right, it happened. Are you moving something?
Nope, I'm just sitting here.
What is going on in your world?
Is it Ghost? It's Ghost, isn't it?
It's probably Ghost. You've got Patrick fucking Swayze behind you. Wait. It's happening just after I talk. Put in your headphones, girl. And now for your regularly scheduled program. Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa.
Oh. Okay, let's try this now. Speak a little.
Speak a little. Speak a little. Say a little. Give me a little bit of your time.
No, what is going on? I don't. Is there wind? Is there like a fan on?
Oh, wait, there is a fan on.
Dear listeners. Dear listeners. Let's see if this fixes it. Funny enough, there's no more fan noise everywhere. How about we get into this episode? This is episode 21. Grand Slam. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Oh my God. We have gone on a journey today, dear listeners. We've already gone through the entire episode.
I got so wrapped up trying to fix my computer that I forgot to turn off the fan before we recorded. And then when you said you heard a rustling sound, I thought I was being anxious and moving my slippers around, but that wasn't it. So I wasn't sure what else it could be.
It turns out you got this big thing in the ceiling moving.
The fan's like right there. The fan's like right there. It's not like it's, at first I was like, is it the cat? And then I looked over, the cat's just sleeping. I was like, oh. I'm so tired. All right, so
we're at Sugarbakers. And I just want you to know, as we end the season, we have this episode and one more episode.
That's it? There's not 24?
No, girl, there's only 23. In there?
Oh. I thought there were...
No, 22. There's only 22.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because there's this one, then the rape one.
It's so hard to say goodbye
to the big chair. No, I'm sick of it. I am sick of this. It is like we're in a time warp every single... I digress. Let's continue.
Oh, hey, wait. Hold on a second. So wait. I found out what those are called. I didn't know they had a name. They actually have a name.
Rattan.
No, that style of chair. It's called a peacock chair.
Oh. Okay.
I just found I was watching that I was watching Cocaine Cowboys on Netflix and they talked about the peacock. Like there was like a thing with a peacock chair and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's got a name." But it makes sense though when you think about it. The shape of it looks like a peacock.
It does because it's big and flashy and ugly and horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. Notice how in Golden Girls they had one of those, but they never sat in it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, actually.
So, Julia wants to see the ad, girl. Julia wants to see this ad.
I thought that was pretty spectacular that they're starting to do paid advertising.
In a newspaper. Dear listeners, for those of you that do not know, a newspaper is... It's an ancient form of receiving the news daily. It would come in a folded paper on something called newsprint, which you may see at the bottom of birds' cages or at the penny saver when you receive it in the mail.
Divine Miss Mims, I have a question for you. What happens if there's news after the newspaper goes out?
Very interesting. They had 2 editions of it. Or you watch Peter Jennings at night.
Who's Peter Jennings?
He's dead. Don't worry about it. All right. So, Julia, dear listeners, it may seem like it's like midnight for us right now, maybe 2 o'clock. It's just coming up on 8 p.m.
Yep, that's it.
But Mims worked all day. Mims has a bowl of olives waiting on her downstairs, so we gonna fly through this episode.
A bowl of olives.
A bowl of olives, girl.
Ooh, yes. Are they already pitted?
Oh, of course, and they're stuffed.
Ooh.
And they're big and unctuous.
What are they stuffed with? What are they stuffed
with?
Oh,
pimentos.
Ooh, are they organic?
Girl, I don't know. Probably I got my Trader Joe's for cheap.
Oh,
why you asking all these damn questions?
I don't know. Okay. All right. Back to the show.
So Charlene tells a story about $1. And
stupid dollar story. Oh my God.
And Julia's like, do you ever wonder why you sometimes sound like Andy Rooney?
Yeah, which I was like, there aren't enough Andy Rooney jokes on sitcoms. America, do better. More Andy Rooney jokes.
Speaking of dead newscasters,
was he a newscaster though?
It's better than a Chinese stereotype, right?
So
that movie's so good, except for that scene.
Wow. No.
Anyway, so they have the tiniest ad in the home section of the newspaper. So just think, this must be on a Sunday. They must be working on a Sunday because you only get the home section
on a Sunday.
Well, hell, the Charlotte Observer never had a home section.
No.
We had Parade.
They had a home section in the Greensboro paper. I remember that. Yeah, they did. I don't know why Charlotte didn't have one. Oh wait, that's because they had Parade. That's right. That's why.
Yeah. And you know, Greensboro is a very tiny little city compared to Charlotte.
So tiny.
Tiny town. I can't remember if Durham finally got bigger than Greensboro. Greensboro, I don't know. Somehow the city's changed in order of with the new census.
Not the census.
So Julia says that she doesn't really want people to find this ad because the people who would find this ad would be having to blow it up to see their address, and that would make them unbalanced.
And then I love that Maryjo's like, well, that doesn't stop us from coming to work.
I will give Maryjo this. These 2 episodes, this one, the next one, which again we are not reviewing because I've got more shit to do. We'll do that again this weekend, folks.
They know, honey, that you got the olives.
I got those olives. My olives, and I ain't gonna eat them because that's gonna make even weirder noises. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, her fashion is tight. These 2.
Oh my God, that green dress, the green thing she's wearing. I literally said, "This is the nicest she's looked this whole show."
Yes, I know.
I wanted to be like, did she get that at Talbot's? Because like, it really had like that vibe to it.
Talbot's, dear listeners. Talbot's is an 80s store. We're going to leave it there. Speaking of 80s stores and going back to the nanny, I just want you to know how many times an episode she mentions Lomans.
Lomans.
Oh my God. So Suzanne's here.
I love this. She says, speaking of unbalanced.
And apparently the hard hats across the street are catcalling her.
And they give her terrible catcalls. They're not original at all.
No. I don't remember. Hey, look at those biggins or something like that.
I can't believe how big they are. I was like, that's not a catcall. That's an exclamation of shock. That's not really a catcall. Like a catcall means that they're actually saying it to Suzanne. That sounds more like he's saying it to his coworker, which doesn't technically count as a catcall.
Hold on, uncomfortable break, and now Jack called.
Jack who?
Well, it's her ex-husband.
Oh, one of Suzanne's ex-husbands.
Yeah, Jack Dent. We find out he is something on the Atlanta Braves. I'm not a pitcher, I think.
He's the pitcher on the Atlanta Braves. I was glad because I was like, at least it's for Atlanta. I thought it was going to be for like the Houston Astros or something.
I mean, how much do you think the Braves paid them to do this?
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, probably a good chunk, I would imagine.
Because you got JD and you've got.
Yep. But I mean, I guess at the same time, though, if you think about.
Hold on, before you continue, we have to interject something. Dear listeners, there's going to be a Designing Women play.
Oh, that, yes.
Probably off Broadway. But it made it to Playbill.
That stuff actually sometimes gets picked up, especially if you have, like, recognizable name stuff at the beginning of it.
Were there any?
I mean, no, like just the designing women part of it.
Oh,
right?
okay. I'm like...
recognizable brand, I guess you would say.
Yes. It's supposed to take place just like during the 2020 election, during COVID, because Linda Bloodworth Thompson can't do anything original.
And I would like to say, just from the gay electorate of the artistic branch of the homosexuals, I would still like to lobby for the tragic opera of Delta Burke. I do think that would be a pretty amazing prospect to watch how this woman, who is the symbol of all things, is torn down in her prime by the media that brought her up and they tore her down.
By bit. It wasn't just the media, it was the show too.
It was everything. Everything tore her down. They raised her up and then they tore her down. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh man.
Jackie wrote a book.
A baseball player wrote a book? That sounds weird.
Suzanne's in it.
Oh god. Hey, side thing. I have a funny baseball book story. This will sound very weird. So, dear listeners,
just remember olives.
Dear listeners. So I one time read a book by a baseball player, because we actually share the same name. I love it. And I was really expecting it to be more interesting than it was, but it was really more about his battle with drug addiction. So much like his exploration of drug addiction, this guy really wants Suzanne to read the manuscript first, like really bad. He really thinks she needs to read it first.
She doesn't want to read it because she doesn't want to read a whole book.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So then they get off the phone, and they like Charlene goes, "Well, why'd y'all get divorced?"
He's so cute. I think you're cute as husband.
Her cutest. Well, the rest of them are like 85, so probably is.
Well, number one, when she said that, and then they actually showed him, I was like, wait a minute.
Well, it was. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that monstrosity.
Boy.
Well, they never really talked, like about things she won't talk about, which is herself.
Yes.
But they had great sex.
Well,
a thing that Maryjo did not understand.
Well, she had the opposite, right? Like, she didn't have any of it.
She's supposed to be with JD right now and getting boned on the reg.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. Next episode, she hasn't even had sex with him yet.
Oh, that's right. They still haven't had sex, have they?
Yeah, they did. About 10 episodes ago.
Oh, wait, that's right. Because that was like the whole point of an entire episode.
Yes. So this is a burn. The next 2 episodes are burn episodes. They are. Anyway. All that's to say, Jack's messy.
Well, yeah, he is messy. So
and they had fights.
Well, I think that it was cute though when Julia basically said like, "I'll read the book," right? Which I was kind of like, "Okay, girl, you just want to know the tea." But my favorite part about this entire thing, I don't know if you caught it, is like the fact that Anthony had to go get the book.
Yeah, they send Anthony to go get the book. And a little continuity. Next scene, we see Anthony downstairs with the ladies. Anthony's hair is different. He's got what looks like a black mullet. Yeah. Because it's long in the back, but just right around the edge. Like he needs to have his. I was going to say edge is done, but I don't even know what that is.
I mean, that was technically I remember that hairstyle back then. Like I do remember that. So. Yeah, I mean, I remember that being a hairstyle back then.
I mean, did either of your brothers have it?
Well, we don't have the same kind of hair as Anthony, so,
Well, does Pierre not? Is Pierre's luxurious too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I always thought Pierre's hair was...
No, same as ours.
Okay.
All 3 of us do. But I will say...
Okay.
He did actually wear his hair a little bit like that. kind of like a mullet, but not quite like a mullet. Like a little bit like one.
How great would it be if Anthony actually decided to get out of prison and have a dry Jerry curl?
Ooh, girl.
Like he decided, I am out of prison. I am going to have the driest Jerry curl. I want it to crunch whenever I put my head back in the van.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, you know what though? That would probably put they could have done like some endorsement deals though with like, you know, Luster's Pink Oil Moisturizer. They would lose that endorsement. So
and just for me.
Just for me. JUSTFORME. Ow! Sorry. It's a habit.
Anthony read the book.
Oh crap! He read it on the way over. While
he read it, fell out, like he read it.
He was driving.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wait, I didn't think about it until you just said it again. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, what?
And I have written right here. Jack was a hoe.
He was. He got around, which is saying a lot, considering that Suzanne Sugarbaker is the most beautiful woman that ever lived.
Yep, got around while he was married to her.
My gosh, that's
my God. We are having a drama right now. We have moved straight from comedy to drama.
It's no good. I mean, that's just not how you do that thing. I mean, are they going to tell Suzanne that that's in the book?
Well, they're thinking about it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
so Julia comes down and she's very upset.
I mean, I would be too. If somebody cheated on my sister.
She never trusts a man who spits tobacco in a potted plant when people aren't looking.
I agree with that.
So Suzanne comes in and is like, "Oh, y'all just don't like. Oh, y'all just want me to read it. Y'all are just jibing me. Y'all are just jibing me." So Julia just flat out tells her.
Chapter 4.
What is it? The ladies of the Canadian Mounties.
Why were they? I mean, oh wait, I guess the Montreal Expos. I guess that would be it.
Oh yeah, that would be it. Or Toronto Blue Jays.
That's it. Yeah, I was like, where were they?
There used to be too. Look at you knowing a defunct baseball team at that now.
Oh, I just know all the Montreal stuff because my dad used to have like every sports team from there.
Yeah, the Montreal Expos had the coolest like logo. If you ever look at it, it was brilliant design.
Good days. Good days.
Yeah. So now we're at a bar, and Suzanne is drinking martinis.
I love it. Julia, you know what? That thing that Julia just said to Suzanne here, I felt like that's something you would say about me, which is, this is why we never get Suzanne a drink without an umbrella in it.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds like something this Mims would say about me.
It's true. Maim is not, unless things have changed, she was not the heaviest of weights.
I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, I actually can drink quite a lot now. I just don't.
Drag will do that to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, South Florida did it to me more than anything else.
So, have you had COVID yet?
No.
I mean, you might as well ask, right?
I mean, still not yet. I mean, maybe I'll try it on my sabbatical. I mean,
Witty right there. You can't see my finger. There we go. Witty, you're so witty.
Miss Mims is being a dick right now.
Oh, God. So Suzanne says that she's done some bad things.
Like what?
On August 26, 1983, she and Jack had a fight. It was a big fight.
Oh, no.
And it was just before the Pirates game. She looked over. He ran out on her. She looked over, saw his bag, saw something shiny in it, and she put Bengay in his athletic cup. They lost the game 9-1.
There are people that will probably pay for that now.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how you want me to respond to that. What you want me to say? Yeah,
I mean, the kink capital of America at this point. So I'm like, I probably know some people that would like.
Girl, isn't that San Francisco still? Or have they cleaned up Folsom that much now?
I think they cleaned it up a lot. Apparently, last time I was there, we went to the Eagle. It was very tame.
Oh, when was the last time you were there?
6 years ago. 5 years ago. 6 or 5 years ago.
Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock.
So I have to say that when Suzanne drunkenly exits the bar to go to get a cab to go to the stadium, I was here for it. I was like, it's funny, right? Because I typically can remember a lot of these episodes from the past. This is one of the episodes I really couldn't remember at all.
No.
And I was like, oh, great. And so I was like a surprise watching this episode. I was like, I really don't know what's going to happen because I don't remember this episode.
I'm wondering if they didn't show it that much on Lifetime and that because it would have been on during the day when we rewatched it. And because this got a lot of sex in it.
It does.
Not good sex. Just a lot of sex.
Not a lot. I mean, it's what it is.
So Suzanne arrives at the stadium.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of old-ass baseball players there.
There is that one that's kind of fit, like the one that she first talks to. I was actually surprised. He was almost in, like, modern-day fit shape.
The hot Hispanic one?
Yeah, I was like, he actually would be still considered fit now.
I'm sorry, he may have been Italian. It was the 80s. It's hard to tell because they used Italians in Hispanic roles.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say he's probably Italian pretending to be Latin. Yeah.
So Jack says he wanted her to read it so she wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, kind of.
And like they have a little back and forth, and Suzanne's just telling him off, and he's like, "Well, I want to come by later and explain it to you." Like,
what is there to explain, Jack?
I don't know.
Bad
acting.
Oh well, I mean, he is a terrible actor. And that hair color, oof.
Yeah.
There's so much about him. Like, once again, if Charlene hadn't set him up at the very beginning to be like, oh, this guy's really cute. Because remember, Charlene thought that other guy who was...
I was going to say, you remember the last attractive man on the earth?
Yeah, that homosexual, right? Like, Charlene thought that man was the most attractive man that ever lived. So I was like...
Gay Geraldo Rivera.
Oh my God, he totally was. I was like, Charlene's going to have good taste. And then this happened, and I was like, is he 60?
Oh, we're back at Suzanne's.
Oh, my favorite. This is the best thing ever.
The radio's playing.
Did you hear what the radio's playing?
And then the radio announcer's like, "Hi, I'm doing a favor for my friend Jack Dent. Yes. I owe him one. And Suzanne, if you're listening, because you always listen to the radio at night, your phone will be ringing right now. And if you don't answer, Jack's going to come over and beat down your door. Yeah. Go get him, Tiger," to Jack. You know what my ass would have done? Picked up that phone and called 9-11 right then, right there.
I mean, but it's I can't say anything. So, dear listeners, just in case any of you are watching this episode and are listening closely to the song, I was a little bit taken aback because that's my trigger song, which is Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald's "On My Own." And when I realized what was playing in the background, I kind of lost my mind for a couple of minutes and stopped paying attention to what was happening on the episode.
Well, let me just tell you, it was real rapey.
The thing is though, is like Consuela, that's what shocked me out of my like patty hole. Consuela screaming was my favorite.
So Consuela, comes in. Consuela Osprey starts screaming, "I want to cut you with a pocket knife. I will kill him. I'm going to go get the big gun. Oh, my God.
The big gun. For goodness sake. Like, the big gun.
And Suzanne's like, what are you even doing here? And he says, I only do better when the whole city's cheering me on.
Yeah.
Folks, I didn't write this stuff. Linda Blundworth Thompson did.
I mean, it is ridiculous, but at the same time, it was kind of a funny line, a little bit.
I mean, yes. I suppose that's right.
But also, like, hearing that line is just that's that thing, right? About jocks that, like, the two of us are both just like, ugh, right? Because it's just, that's you guys.
So I've got a question. High school.
Yeah.
Were there any jocks you found attractive?
Jocks in high school I found attractive. I think that when we were freshmen, I thought there were a couple of seniors that I remember that I thought were attractive.
Let me. I'm gonna write down a name and put it on camera and see if I'm right.
Okay. Oh my God.
I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Can you read that?
Oh no, not him.
Well, I thought you did. Okay.
He's a nice guy. Like, no, but it was like, no.
Don't use names.
I'm not gonna use his name. No, he's a nice guy, but no, like, you know, I would say, right, if we had to do like a no.
That's what I was like. You want yourself a hairy daddy? Is that what
First of all, I said, well, I have to say, that was something that was very fascinating about him at that age, because we were both in that mindset. I was like, what's happening right now?
Yeah,
Why is that happening to me? Why do I can't
I didn't really notice any seniors.
Oh, I did. Like, maybe that's the thing. Maybe I've always liked older guys. Because, like, when I think back on high school at this point, I remember, like, you putting the names up, I remember them then, but I remember nobody, but I could remember specifically, like, 3 seniors that I was like, okay, I like that. That's nice. But, you know.
I liked the wrestler, but he was a junior.
He was a junior. Well, remember, there were 2 wrestlers, and they were brothers, and one was a junior and one was a senior.
Oh, I forgot about the oldest one. Vogue, girl, vogue. Oh, God. Dear listeners, we apologize that this episode's gone off the rails from the beginning.
Well, off the rails. We're very sorry.
So Jack says it's all a lie.
Do you believe him, though?
I mean, no. Do you?
I mean, I don't believe most men, so no. However, I mean, for the purpose of this episode, sure, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
He thought she wouldn't be mad, and he even dedicated the books to her.
It's just sweet, I guess, in a way. But it's
what, dear Suzanne, you have the biggest breasts, or something like that?
No, thank you. It was thank you for always being beside me, and for having the biggest breasts I've ever seen. Right? That was like, which is ridiculous. But at the same time, I was like, I mean, I guess me and you are 2 bitter older gay men, so I was kind of like, none of this is driving with me. I think that you are full of it and whatever. But then at the same time, I was like, they were only married for 3 years. Yeah. So it's not like...
Well, he swears to rewrite it. He swears.
Otherwise, he'll be struck by lightning.
Yes. And then they seal it with a kiss.
And that's when it gets weird.
Yeah.
That's when it just gets super weird. I was like, this is not... I was like, guys, this is not technically this is not that time. This is not that moment in the show. Like,
and I just want to say, for having just come from the ballpark, his shit was real clean.
Oh, well, I mean, he is the pitcher. Usually it's the catcher that gets dirtier.
I mean, that's always true, isn't it?
Yeah. I was so hoping. I was like, please, I left the joke there. Please pick it up.
Dear listeners, one day when Maim and I have our Let's Talk Blunt About Sex podcast, I will tell you a story. Mama Maim, you cannot tune in.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even think anybody's ready for it. I'm afraid right.
No. I had to help. So one of my friends was having an issue with her son, who's gay. She's cool with it. Friends is a loose term. Acquaintance was having an issue with her son, and like some things were happening. And I had to utter the phrase, well, if you play in the sandbox, sometimes you're going to get a little dirty.
Very true. Very true.
That's why oral sex is superior to anal sex.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, they kiss. She kind of kicks him out. He kind of leaves. End of episode.
Yeah, that was a really abrupt ending to the episode too.
It was an abrupt ending to an abrupt episode. Yeah. So, Maim, did you like this episode?
I thought it was cute. Because I mean, we didn't really this season. There weren't really that many Suzanne-centric episodes. And I do think that she's underused on the show, so I was happy to see it in that way. However, I didn't think it was like that. I mean, like, it was more just like a jokey episode, right? Like, just more like I guess we get a little bit of insight into them more, maybe? I don't know. So it was okay. I didn't dislike it, but it was just kind of like, I mean, Consuela's moment saved this entire episode for me. I was like, that basically, I could just watch that on a loop and be happy.
Follow up. If Patti LaBelle wasn't in this episode, would it have been as good of an episode?
No. Are you kidding me? I'm not even joking you. When I realized what it was, I like rewound it. And I was like, am I, because you know me, I'm like, is it in my head? Am I hearing things? Because sometimes I do hear that song in my head. And I was thinking it. I was like, am I here? Is this really it? Is it really playing on this episode? And that was it for me. I was spazzing out for a good couple of minutes.
I will be honest, dear listeners. I hated this episode. This is the moments weren't funny. It was poorly put together. Like, it is a beginning of this whole series episode. Like, yeah. we had moved so far past this. The last episode was so much more fun.
Yeah.
That was the last episode, together. Right?
The last episode, yeah.
The rich people episode.
Really, yeah, that was
yeah,
really
so much more fun. They all had fun. They were all in their element. This, it felt like they were still finding each other.
Yeah.
Suzanne was nearly getting raped.
This definitely came out of... She was not about to get raped. Come on now. That guy was just being overdramatic.
I believe I can now call you an enabler.
I hate you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, what he did was completely inappropriate. Like, if somebody did that to me, I would kill him.
Yes, that's inappropriate. Yes. But
he would not have a penis.
But there's so many people that you would do that to for lesser things.
That's true, but in this case, this would be the... Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
Oh, Maryjo Shively and that little green number? Yes. I was like, please dress like this all the time. Please.
Yes! Like... It was, at first, I was like, oh, I really like Charlene's dress. Ooh, Maryjo.
Yeah, no. I mean, technically, Charlene's red dress is a second. Like, because that dress, that was one of the best she's ever looked, too.
Yes, it's true.
So they were both hitting hard this time.
So, now I guess we should wrap this thing up.
Oh yeah, I guess it's time.
I mean, not a lot. I do have a suggestion for you of a TV show to watch.
For me or the audience?
For you. Well, and the audience.
Sure.
It's on the Netflix. It's called Centaur World.
Centaur World? Okay.
It starts off with a rider and her horse in a world that's completely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get split up. They found a magical artifact that'll save them from the warring factions killing all the people. And the magical piece sends the horse to Centaur World, which is this goofy place of all different kinds of centaurs.
What?
It is very oh my god, I've lost the name of the oh my god, Princess Bubblegum. What's the name of that TV show?
Oh, Adventure Time.
Adventure Time. It's very Adventure Time. A little bit slightly sloppier animated, but it's also kind of a musical.
What?
In the last episode we watched, Santa Gold was one of the singers.
What?
Yeah. It's kind of for children, kind of for adults. I highly suggest it.
Yes, I will gladly take that suggestion and watch it tonight.
And then there's another show on HBO about a British dog. Are you familiar with this? The British dog rescue thing?
No.
Oh my god, your Bertha Hamilton face just came up. Anyway, I have to look up the name of it later. But it's like dog's life, dog something. Just put dog in HBO Max. But it's a dog rescue. It's 45 minutes of a lot of crying because all of these people really need dogs. And these dogs really need people. And it's done in the British reality series way.
Oh, so I'm going to be sobbing.
Oh yeah, especially they show that some have to be they show them giving them up and why they're being given up. They show them sometimes they have to be put down. It's a lot.
Wow.
It's very heartwarming.
I'm not ready, but that's going to be good catharsis material.
Exactly. So Maim.
Yeah.
Now that I've talked a lot, and my olives are calling me.
Your olives
Hello, Mims. Hello, Mims. We're your olives.
We want you to eat our pimentos. Please. Take your pimentos out.
I have a song for you. Pennies, nickels, quarters, dimes, come to us while there's still time. Anyway, Maim, y'all don't worry about that reference. Maim, tell these dear listeners where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at auntiemaim, MAIM. You can find me on Facebook at I'm Your Auntie Maim. You can find us on Instagram for our show at Mims and Maim on Instagram. You can find me in real life if you're down in Miami visiting. I do amazing colossal karaoke every Thursday night at Kill Your Idol in Miami Beach. You're up now.
Okay, you can find this the Twitter for this wonderful podcast we have. Shut up, Google. You can find the Twitter for this wonderful podcast we have at Baking Sugar. You can find me at designingwomen on Twitter. I do have an Instagram. I do have a Facebook. So on Twitter at designingwomen, you can find us at Mims and Maim on Twitter. Let's see here. What else? We have a Patreon at Mims and Maim. Still at 0 supporters. Thanks, guys. We're starting to think of a way, and people, please.
We're thinking of patron gifts. So if you guys can think of things that you would like, let us know.
Yeah, tweet me at designingwomen or her at Maim Ministry. She won't respond, but I'll see it. And like, let us know. One thing we were thinking was, hey, we could watch a movie live with you and like cackle and talk over the movie.
Yeah.
A la Mystery Science Theater. We can't say the rest of that because it's copywritten.
Copywritten.
But like, we were thinking about, because one of my friends told me it was on Amazon, the movie Vibes, the Cyndi Lauper, Jeff Goldblum, Peter Falk, Steve Buscemi vehicle. It's not good, but it is watchable. Kinda. So we were thinking of something like that.
I mean, anything's watchable if you force yourself.
Yes, and we will force you. So, just like Jack Dent tried to force himself on Suzanne. And on that note, girl, we made it 45 minutes and my arms are calling. Bye!
Bye, Andy.